Oh boy, it's the holiday season, a time where Hallmark is the happiest company around, and you have to put up with people you probably like. What better way to celebrate that than with Starscream? You might remember him from failing Megatron by unfreezing him into the Bayverse. But is this figure naughty, or just playing nice? Does it know if you're sleeping? Does it know if you're awake? Does it know if you've been bad or good? God have mercy be good. Bumblebee's been getting the spotlight, but Starscream has had a pretty good time as well. He's had a decent amount of figures, some good, some Power of the Primes. We thought he was in the Bumblebee film, then it turns out it wasn't him, but he was in the film anyways. It's interesting. Starscream's impactful presence in the cartoon gained him assurance of a role in the live-action films, and suddenly everyone's favorite seeker has become an overly complex kite. Okay, I still find the design intriguing and unique, even in the Bay films. With the studio series line bringing back characters with new toys based on the movies, Starscream came right out of the gate in the first wave. But is it any good? Like all the main studio series figures, Starscream comes with a backdrop showing the final showdown of the original movie. Looks really good with robot mode, but with alt mode it proves difficult. Awesome to recreate the scene even with Ratchet and Ironhide into the mix. He can take on the Autobots, fly off, and disappear for some time.
It seems the teleporter has gone wrong.
Starscream transforms into an F-22 Raptor jet similar to the one used in the film, and man, this jet is just so sexy. I mean, the curves on this thing is gorgeous, but remember, it's the heart that counts. Aside from the panel line, Starscream's detail work is intriguing. You'll come across some forgotten detail that'll keep your attention and fascination. Love the lighter gray trim in the wings, and the mild brown and blue hues mixed around creates a nice effect. Wish they could paint the thrusters, but at least he has them, unlike some toys. I'm happy they went with the first movie color scheme over the tattooed version right away. It's a pretty good start, and we already have a pretty good amount of striped Starscreams. They did eventually do the Revenge of the Fallen version, but meh. While the jet has a nice flow, the bottom has tons of kibble that, I swear I've seen this before. It's also got 6 peg holes, so go ahead, siege them up! Landing gear can flip out from 3 places, 1 in the front, 2 in the back, and you can place the missile launchers underneath, but oh well, I'm sure we've seen worse. There's no competition. The classic toy feels like a clunky mess compared to this. I mean, I still like the original Voyager as a toy and a friend, but I love this like Netflix loved Friends. Yikes. There's a nice size to it, love the orange cockpit, and tampos including the not-so-honor guard Decepticon logo. If you don't slap the top wings out of place, there's something satisfying about swooshing this around. And it gets better when you bring out the arms. Actually, that's kind of creepy. Jet mode is a nice recreation of the on-screen look. It feels like the perfect size, and it's great to look at, but how's the robot mode? Here's Voyager Starscream, and damn, what a good-looking figure, but he just feels so familiar. Oh yeah, they renamed themselves! Let me tell you, I love the leader figure from Hunt for the Decepticons. Still great to this day, but way too big for my taste. Then the deluxe Dark of the Moon toy came out, which was great too, but way too small. I just wanted a bigger version of this, and look! There it is. But there's a little more to it than that. They added pieces into the chest to flatten it up. Something I didn't like of the original toy. Seems like he's much wider too. And they got rid of the brown. Who thought that was a good idea? I love the coloring with the gunmetal and gold being added to the mix. With the duller gray colors, you think it wouldn't flow or just be blobby, but I think they added it to the right parts and managed it well. Head sculpt's pretty good if you're into that. I wish there was a bit more paint, but they did a decent job. I do like the eyes in red and shape that's maybe bird-like? It's definitely weird, I'll give it that. Did someone say articulation? Head rotates, tilts, shoulders up and down, forward and back, another up and down, rotation below, bend joint, elbow bend, ball joint wrist, hips out and in, forward to back, knee bend, rotation below, and another bend. Very good articulation with this guy, though I wish the torso was given something, like the chest twist of the leader toy. It's still pretty fun, but there's more to it. Starscream comes with a rocket launcher with blades sticking out, because if the knife doesn't get him, the rocket sure will. You can plug that to the side of the arm arm, or do it the right way, fold up the hand and tap it to the arm. Yeah, the hand's completely bent to the side, but otherwise it does flow with the arm. Such a small piece, but adds so much more. You can tap it to the back for storage, put it on the wing on top, or in the armpit to outthink your enemy. Now, you might be upset he's a rehash of the Deluxe, but this is exactly what I wanted. The Deluxe was cool for its time. Hell, one could argue it's still a good, smaller toy to mess with, but the size works for me, and the updates are completely justified. There's also a good heft. He just seems to spread out, something his wave mate seems to have missed out on. But yeah, why is movie Starscream the only Starscream in a while to actually use the cockpit as the chest? Although I can't ignore that beautiful thigh gap. This toy is nothing new, but feels like a brand new figure by fixing a lot of the quirks. Everything great about his inspired predecessor returns with glory to become the almost perfect Starscream. If you have the chance and like this design, I'd say pick him up when you can. The transformation might be a hassle, a lot of it you have to do in a certain order, but the result is worth it. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the review. You know, I'm glad that with all our differences, and all the bad stuff and the good stuff, we can all come together this time around to see one thing. A Christmas tree come to life! What's that, Christmas tree? You have a thirst for blood? Oh no! Oh my! I'm being attacked by a Christmas... Oh god! Oh, this is not what I had in mind. No, stop, no! Alright, Christmas tree, you think you can take me on, but what you don't realize is Happy Holidays!
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The tidings we bring to you and your kid. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy